on this computer. Okay, we are recording. Welcome to the team call this week. I am so excited because Sarah, sorry, in my screen, she's right there. So, and she is going to chat about challenge groups because she has started her own challenge group. And I know a lot of you guys on here have asked me about like, when's a good time to start? What do I do? How do I do it? Stuff like that. And so, Sarah is going to talk about that. And so, perfect. Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so running your own challenge group. So I think this quote kind of summed up my journey thus far. It's "She took a leap of faith and grew her wings on the way down" by David Brinkley. A little bit about me. I am from Del Rapids, South Dakota, currently living there with my husband and our dog Winston. It'll actually be my second anniversary with my husband in July. In May, I just graduated with my PharmD and I'm currently in the process of studying for pharmacy boards and looking for a job. And then I would say my journey with Beachbody started back in November, and I'm 7 weeks in on my challenge group that I started. So like Brianna said, she's gotten a few questions, so I kind of just based this PowerPoint about that. So first question, how did you know it was time to start your own group? And for me, I really noticed that, well, especially since like high school up until I started using Beachbody, I really wasn't consistent, and I think that had to do a lot with lack of accountability. So starting Beachbody and having the confidence group or the challenge group, so like our 2020 confidence group, really helped with my accountability. But I noticed I was a lot more accountable when I was in like a challenge group where we were all doing the same program. And so also the desire to learn. So ideally in my head, I was thinking about this a few months before I even started this challenge group. And I thought, okay, I'm going to start a week-long free challenge group, and then I'm going to get the customers. They'll do the free group, and then they'll join my team, and then we can kind of get rolling from there. I'll get some good feedback. Well, that's not exactly what happened. I got a text from one of my friends, and they said, hey, a few of us are going to start bar. Do you want to do it with us? We know you do Beachbody. And for me, it's really easy to get in my head and say, why didn't they text me in the first place? They know I've been doing Beachbody. Like, I could have hooked them up, but I just said, hey, this would be a great opportunity. I'm like, have you guys heard of a challenge group? I've been looking to gain some experience, and I'd love like to do this if we're all going to do the same program. And two of them had been in free week-long challenge groups before, and they said, yeah, that was fun, and the other one had no experience with one. So they're like, yeah, that sounds fun, let's try it. So just the opportunity presented itself, and I took it. And then how did you set it up? So I really just started simple with Facebook and Canva. I looked at our 2020 confidence project or confidence group, and I noticed sweaty selfies are a regular occurrence, and then Water Wednesdays are always something I look for. And then also being creative. So just starting simple, be creative. It was my goal to go live or have a video once a week, just because I knew that was something that I wanted to add to my social media, but I just wasn't confident with it yet. And so I would just talk about kind of various topics like products or nutrition or just whatever was on my heart that week, and then use resources. So I'm not sure if many of you have looked into this before, but if you go into our coach office and there's like product toolkits, within that there's like challenge group kind of prompts and stuff, and they actually have prompts for each day. So that was really helpful, even just coming up with tips like, what was your favorite move today, or like reminder about meal prep and different things like that. And then how do you know what to post? Don't reinvent the wheel, but don't be afraid to be creative. So don't try to do it all on your own. Like I said, stick with the sweaty selfies, maybe add a motivational quote or a prompt. Water Wednesdays, for my group, we've kind of been struggling with that. So like switching it up to Thirsty Thursdays is an idea I had. And then again, going live once a week or having one video posted. how do you find time to make all the posts? So really, it's just making time and scheduling posts. So having a Facebook group and having that schedule option has been really key for me. I'll try to make like a month's worth of sweaty selfies and like whatever I'm using Canva for. I'll try to make that all that month and then just schedule them so I have them on Facebook. And then if I need to like separate it, I'll go back in and add the motivational quotes or the prompts or things like that. And really, if it matters to you, you'll make time for it. Oh, let me go back. You'll make time for it. So this is something where I like the first 2 weeks had all my posts scheduled and I had the prompts and the motivational quotes. Well, like even for myself, a few weeks after that, I was going to, all of them were still scheduled, but I wasn't adding those motivational quotes till I got up in the morning. And sometimes that wouldn't be till like 8 or 9. So some of my challengers had posted. And so that's something I knew I could get better at. And so really just if it matters for you, you'll make time. And I realized that my husband would come home from working 10-hour days. He'd sit down and watch Netflix, and I wanted to spend time with him, so I would just sit down too. But looking back and seeing we were spending like a few hours every night, like watching a movie or catching up on a TV show, I thought, well, okay, I'll use a half hour or 60 minutes to um, work on drafting or whatever, and maybe just doing that like once or twice a week. So then I can still have time to be present with my husband, but also I'm making time to schedule those posts so I'm not like doing just a little bit every day. It's kind of already set up for me. And that's, I think, more beneficial for me and my challengers just because they're all seeing it and things like that. And then next question, where do you find content to post? So like I said, the Facebook group is where I hold my challenge group. And then I use Canva a lot for like any graphics like Sweaty Selfie, Water Wednesday, things like that. Looking for content, you can use like the 2020 Confidence Project and draw from there. If you need help, maybe brainstorm with Brianna or your coach. Pinterest is where I get a lot of my motivational or inspirational quotes. Your personal development book or whatever you're reading could be a really great resource. And then also just being yourself. Like I know there's some days I either went live or just created a post that was kind of whatever was on my heart and I felt like I wanted to share. I thought that was kind of an easier place to share. And I think those were also well perceived just because those people wanted to follow you for whatever reason. You were inspiring, motivational to them, and they probably saw something in you that they were really drawn to. So being able to kind of show that little pieces of yourself, I think is something they appreciate and get value from. But is it weird with only a few people? So it's only weird if you make it weird. Just go with it and the awkwardness fades. I only have 3 girls in my challenge group, and I mean, it's a lot of fun. I like kind of, especially just starting, I'm able to check in with them frequently and I know their goals. So if they make a comment with their sweaty selfie, I can be like, yes, that's what you're working towards, or like, hey, how is this going? And so being able to cheer them on that way. And yeah, I think that's something that's been nice, especially just starting a challenge group with only just a few people. And then don't forget to ask for feedback. So this was something even before I started a challenge group, is something that I knew I wanted to do. So after about halfway through, I think after week 4 or 5, I asked the ladies for some feedback. And what I got was that sweaty selfies, I think they all said was their favorite. They love seeing each other every day, and it's really motivating to get your workout in if you see other like everyone else has already done their workout. And then I also asked about prompts, like if they liked what was your favorite move, or like what's your favorite healthy snack, just different things like that. And what I thought was really cool was one of them said, I like the prompts, and even if I don't comment on it or answer the question, I like to see what other people say just because I might not have an answer. I like to read what else like other people think. And so I thought that was really impactful, that I would initially have taken that as, oh, they don't like the prompts, like I won't do that anymore. But I saw that they're still getting value from it, even if they don't necessarily participate in that prompt. And then for my challenge group, we're doing bar. So on the rest and replenish days, one of the challengers said she would like to see maybe some challenges. So like challenging the group to do a 10-minute enhancement and a yoga refresh or something like that. And then because I was sporadic and kind of had various topics going live in our group, they said having a heads up for when I plan to go live would be beneficial in case they did want to hop on. And then the last two were kind of I think very interesting, probably things they saw on social media that they thought it'd be cool if we did in our group. So like see a chug, send a chug, and then working out together via video chat. So I thought that was really cool that if any of you see other coaches or any like other friends with other coaches doing different things, feel free to like incorporate those into your group because maybe they're seeing it on social media and it's something they'd like to do in your group as well. So lastly, I just had a quote, take chances, make mistakes, that's how you grow. And so I'll open it up if Brianna has any comments or if anyone has questions.
This would be a perfect time if anyone has any questions for Sarah. That was so good. Oh, that was so good. And so any questions? Anyone feeling like maybe starting a challenge group is on their heart? I'm a teacher. I can handle awkward silence. I just wanted to recap on what Sarah said, that last quote about making mistakes and readjusting, because I think we're always so worried, right? Tying this back in, is that bubbler? That's bubbler. Mm-hmm. That looks like the blood orange bubbler. Is that?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I converted my ladies this weekend to being obsessed with bubbler. Anywho, no, making mistakes, right? We need to take action. So tying this back into the purpose over perfection, right? We are so obsessed with like my posts have to be perfect. My live has to be perfect. I have to have the perfect things scheduled. And it's like, really, our challengers don't give a crap about if it's perfect or not. Like they care that it's useful and that it's stuff like how Sarah talked about. Sometimes she just go off the fly and talk from her heart. And sometimes those were the best talks they appreciated because that was her being real and raw and it's what they needed to hear. Whereas like, right, that would stress me out because I'm like, Brianna, you have to have your script. You have to have this, like you have to have it planned to a T, but sometimes that doesn't serve as great of a purpose. And so, I just think that was so good. And I love the idea of feedback. That is something that I am not good at all, right? Like so now I'm inspired to send out a survey or do something to help my challengers have some input on what they would like to see and what I can do to serve them best. Do you guys have any questions about challenge groups or anything? No? Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
What will it take for you to ship as all bubbler?
What will it take? When I become a 15-star diamond coach, bubbler for everyone. No. When I become a diamond coach, we will have a bubbler party and I will buy every type of bubbler and we will all sit and drink bubbler. And I will buy many bottles of vodka to put in them. That'll be our party. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Sarah. I just wanted to touch base too on our free groups we have coming up because we have 2 of them going on, which is awesome. One of them, they kind of have 2 focuses. So Amber is running a free group that's really just focused on bar and running it. Like if you heard about how Tia ran her free group, about how they like did the first few days of a program, that's what Amber is doing. Amber, do you want to talk a little bit about what your free group is going to look like?
Sure. So right now I'm kind of planning on having it focus a little bit on nutrition. I'm definitely including the affirmations. What else? Like in the last free group, we did like Motivation Monday, like things like that. Just kind of want to show everybody a little bit of what we do in our regular challenge groups. So yeah, that is basically what I'm planning on doing. Pretty simple and straightforward.
Okay. If we have people who want to do the bar group, when should we expect that we should like add them and stuff like that?
So my goal, depending on how the week goes, my goal is to have the Facebook group finished on Wednesday. So then you can start adding people to the Facebook group on Wednesday. If they want to sign up for their free trial with Beachbody starting then, they can. But since they only get 2 weeks, I don't know if they want to wait till Sunday and do it, but they have to be signed up for Beachbody on Sunday.
Got
But
it. With
I will start the Facebook group on Wednesday, and we'll start like intros and stuff on Saturday, and Sunday we'll do like talking about what's going to happen for the week and things like that. So
Awesome. And remember to do that 14-day free trial. You will sign them up for a 3-month technically, is how that'll work.
I think Brianna sent me something to Drive. So if any, like in Google Drive, so if anybody wants instructions on how to do that, I think I can send that to you also. So
Tia, what were you going to say? Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Amber. I think one thing that I learned, I don't know if you can hear me because I'm like in my car.
Yeah.
One thing that I learned is that like you're gonna like, I don't know how to do it, but make it as explicit as possible that you don't want them to sign up until Sunday, because I ran into trouble at the end and it was such a cluster. But I mean, it got taken care of because Beachbody's awesome and it gives you, you know, refunds and stuff if you don't want it. But as clear as you can, make sure that they don't sign up till Sunday if that's how you want to run it, which is a great idea. I think it worked out great. Just heads up.
Thanks for that, Tia. That's a good reminder. And then anything else, Amber, on the free group?
I don't think so. If you're interested, like if you want to be part of it too, like as an admin and stuff, like if you want to help make content and stuff, let me know and I can give you something to do.
Sounds good. Okay. And then the other free group we have going on, Angie is running. And so it is the Summer Strong Fitness something, right? So the focus is on being strong, not being skinny. And, you know, like kind of, I just think everyone talks about like, it's bikini season, but it's like, how about it's like being strong and being able to be a boss blank lady. And so, Angie,
Yes, sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm so worried it's gonna hail out here. And my car is outside and I'm like, please, Lord, I don't need hail damage.
It's getting really bad here, Angie.
I'm up in Jamestown, so I'm like, please don't like come up this way. I have no idea. So I'm just like very distracted. Anyway, yes. So it's a Summer Strong free trial, and anyway, kind of basing it off of like the Summer Strong sale that they have going on with the challenge packages. So it's going to be super awesome. Our primary focuses are going to be fitness, nutrition, routine, and personal development. I think really focusing in on nutrition and recipes. I know we've been trying to hit that home right now in our different groups that we have on Facebook, because nutrition is always just an area I feel like everyone needs to grow and improve on. And so we want to be able to make that available to a lot of people. So what our plan is on Sunday, June 14th, we are going to do a kickoff Zoom call. So this will give us the opportunity to meet with all of our women coming on. So it's hopefully it's big. I have 7 girls, I already have 7 girls. So like, I think it's going to be super cool. So we'll kind of do like a quick brief introduction and then kind of give them the layout. Like, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to be posting things, all of that. We're going to encourage sweaty selfies, because I know like that's a huge like vulnerability state that you have to be in, and just like, we're all going to look gross, and it's okay, because that's what it's all about. And then one thing Brianna and I talked about is we kind of did this in the last free group, our testimonies kind of on the first day, but we're going to change it a little bit, tweak it. I thought it would be cool if we all shared our journeys from Beachbody, right? So like, why did I start? Well, a lot of whole different things, but each day, kind of a different coach or whatever. We won't focus on the coaching aspect of Beachbody, but rather like, this is our journey. This is why we joined. This is what we've gained from it, so on and so forth. So, and then we'll do like the videos of the recipes, maybe some routine. I'm still like figuring out other details right now, but I think I'll create a Google Doc form tomorrow and share it with whoever wants to do the free group. So again, we can kind of do the sign up of what day that we want to do these things. And I know it's hard to remember, but hopefully we can get it all scheduled and taken care of. Did I miss anything? Oh, and then is it the 20th or the 21st? We're going to do an opportunity call to kind of wrap it up, kind of like what we did last Sunday, except it wasn't like immediately. Sorry, it is so bad outside. That way it's like immediately after a group, and then we can each like follow up with our ladies and be like, hello, like, what would you like to do with your life? I hope you want to continue, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, anybody that does the bar group too will add on that opportunity call.
Yes, yep. So, I can't hear you. You are muted, Brianna. Sorry.
Like I've never Zoomed before. Sign language. The Summer Strong one is going to be very much formatted the same way we did the last one, and we'll be focusing on different programs to kind of learn more about the other programs. So when I talk about it on my stories, I'm emphasizing that one of these free groups you can do is focused on trying a lot of different Beachbody stuff. We're also going to talk a little bit more about the products so people have a better idea of those, and not in a salesy way, but in a way to tell them, like, because there's not 10,000, but right, there's a handful of products that a lot of us use every single day, and people want to know what those are. And so instead of being mysterious about them, we're going to be straightforward and talk about them. And then I'm directing them. A lot of people, if they've done my free groups before, if I know they've been interested before, and I'm really trying to get them to bite, I'm trying to funnel them into the bar group and talk about, this is a specific program. This is an example of what it will look like if you do this. And it's a little more, I think I saw that, Ange. I think your power is surging. No dying on the team call, not allowed. And so that opportunities call will replace our team call on the 21st. So it'll be at 7:30, and I will go through that PowerPoint again. I forgot to record it, so I'm so sorry for people who wanted to see it, AKA Tia. I'm so sorry. And so I'll try to record it this time, but we'll go through the different things. So if you have people that maybe miss out on the free group, but they want more info. I even had people who were like current challengers, like one of Tia's challengers hopped on there and, you know, wanted to just learn more about the different programs, the different products and stuff like that. So it's really just open to anyone. And it was a really good call last time. So.
I think, we're doing the like big group sweaty workout thing on Saturday too. So hopefully the girls hop on, same with the Bar Blend group. Hopefully we can get a bunch of girls on, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be very intentional with my gals in the free groups and making sure I personally invite them to the Sweaty Saturday, because I noticed I don't think I had anyone from our last free group hop on the Sweaty Saturday, and I think it's just because they don't know what it is and they don't know what, like, there are even people on our team who are like confused, or people in our challenge group that are confused about what the Sweaty Saturdays are. So walking them through that. But does anyone have any questions for the week or anything? Okay. I want to end with something new that we haven't done before. And we talked about this in our little brainstorming session this weekend, is that I want to go around and I just want you to talk about one win you had this week. So I don't care if it's Beachbody, if it's with your family, your personal life, I don't care what your win is, but I want everyone to think of their win and go around and share that. So I have two wins. My first win is that I did 2 Zoom calls this week because Angie really inspired me to, if girls are really thinking about it and want more information, instead of just typing and texting them a ton of information, hopping on a Zoom call with them and getting to see their face, get to know them better. Like one girl I literally have never met in my life, and we like hopped on Zoom. And I remember I always asked Angie, like, how is this not awkward? Like, how do you avoid the awkward? And similar to what Sarah said, is it's only awkward if you make it awkward. So like, just fight through the awkwardness and it's fine. And so that was like, honestly, it was super cool to do those Zoom calls with potential challengers. And then my second win was just, we had that girls weekend this weekend with some ladies, and it was just like life-giving and super awesome. And so in October, we're wanting to do, hopefully if the coronavirus has like chilled, in October, we'd love to do like a big team call or team like get together in like, we're thinking Sioux Falls area or somewhere that's a little more central for people, so that hopefully our Minnesota, Wisconsin gals can come together with our North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa. Like literally we're in like a huge state, like we have a big radius. And so I'm hoping we could do like more of a centralized location so that more people could get together. But again, that's pending coronavirus. But it was so cool. It was just so cool and so fun to think like Miranda and I had never met in person ever before this weekend, but it felt like we were best friends. And so like, it's cool, but that was my win. Sorry, that was long. Angie?
Oh, okay. I would say my win was one of the girls that's doing the free group. She was my freshman year roommate, and she always like was into working out. And so like even during COVID, like she was doing some Beachbody on someone else's account, but I never thought she'd like ask about it. And she voted right away and was like, I want to do this. Like, I really want to try it. And I just feel like there's a lot of potential with this, and I'm really excited, I guess. So I feel like that was a strong win because she's very much a strong like gym girl. So yeah.
Sarah G.
Okay, so I would say my win was that, so like actually none of the girls in my challenge group that I'm doing were like signed up under me from the beginning. Well, one of them that started Beachbody just for this bar program ended up changing her account over to like me as her coach. So that was kind of like sweet, especially since she's like a friend. So that was sweet. Can I throw in a question? So I know like most of us have like, you know, your target group and customers are like mostly women and things like that. Does anyone have like a challenge group for like men? Because I don't really want to like do like a co-ed one, but I feel like someone is like, I don't know, like, you know, when someone's on your heart and you're like, I don't know if you're reaching out or if you're not, but like I feel like I need to ask you, but I don't necessarily feel like it's fair to not like put them in a group.
I love this. Brianna and I have talked about this so much because Isaac, my boyfriend, does it, and I know she's been trying to get Shane, and I don't know, I know a lot of people, like guys who work out, and I'm like, I want to do a guy group. Like, I think this could be so awesome. So, I don't know, Brianna, what else do you have to add about that? Or Tia, or whoever.
But yes, I want to do a guys group. So if we can get a guy to kind of like I don't even care if I have to like post the sweaty self, like, right, like be the like fly on the wall posting the sweaty selfies or like on Shane's account so I'm not a creeper. But I would love to, because I think I have friends like guys from college who have like told me, like, I think of my friend Kirby who like he does Beachbody and he's a guy and I'm sure he has no challenge group and stuff. So I would love to do it. And I know others in this group would love their boys to work out. And I'm hoping maybe that could be at Miranda. I see.
Sean is on the floor begging me to go get him ice cream right now.
I was figuring Preston was in there because I could see you looking at him. So I was like, ha ha. Oh, he's like dead on the floor. Like, I hate you all. And so I would love it. I think that would be fantastic. And maybe that would get some of our boys to work their booties. So I would love to do a Lift 4 group. So, or whatever. But
so I was actually, my sister is living with me right now, fun fact. And she is coaching too on a different team. And she was talking about like, she really wants to do the same thing. So, and like, there's actually a couple guys that she knows from the feedlot she was working at that speak Spanish mostly, and she doesn't think that she can like communicate with them well enough. And I was like, Adam and they'll, you know, like we want to try. So we were talking about trying to start one, like a, you know, like an all male one group too. So I think that like if we got it started, I think we could build momentum and get people doing it.
I agree. The other option is to try a co-ed one. Like, I know Angie and I want to do Lift 4 next. Like, I don't know. Do we try, like, the first step? Do we do a co-ed Lift 4? And then try to step into 2 different groups so that we can get the boys together and acquainted. And then we would step off and say, okay, here's the boys group going forward so that it's not as awkward.
Kind of be like, so we can still be like the instigators of it, right? Like, you know, like, because otherwise if it's an all male group and I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? They're gonna be like, so I think that
that's
was great.
We'll work on that. Okay. Awesome, Sarah. Amber.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of like a life win thankfulness kind of thing. I'm so thankful for my boss, for my grad assistant job, because she literally has been like the most flexible person, and like I was struggling this week, like getting stuff done for her, and I like flat out was like, hey, it's not getting done. Like I just didn't prioritize correctly, I guess, and it just isn't getting done. And she's like, oh, no problem. Like, you can wait till next week. And I just literally like cried because I was so relieved. So it's kind of a win, kind of a thankful moment for the week. But
Miranda.
I would say my biggest win this week was filling out my tracker every single day. So
Jessica.
I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know. It was a win making it to our Thursday night thing, and I thought that was like really helpful. And other than that, I would say like just trying to add like more followers and people on Facebook and interact, or on Instagram and interact more with people, because I have a hard time like just like detaching and not being very social. And yeah, that's got to be the biggest win, because I've just been getting by this week.
Some days you just have to survive, but you made it, like you said, a win was going to the Thursday thing, so that's awesome. And Tia.
Okay, so actually I have a hilarious story I have to tell you, but it's still my win. So I actually got to get into my classroom on Friday, so that was dope. And I condensed everything that I needed to take to South Dakota, like the curriculum plan and stuff, into one box. And I was like, every single person I've told about the classroom, that's what I've said, because it's freaking awesome. Anyway, so I actually am teaching for a little while of the school year in a portable like trailer house trailer, because that's just what they've used. But I get a whole new, like my first classroom is going to be like brand new, so they're working on that wing and everything, so that's cool. Well, as I was leaving, so this trailer house thing actually locks with a padlock. And I was on the phone with my mom as I was leaving, and I straight up put the padlock on the inside of the room. And the best part is I did that on Friday. So Saturday I'm on the way to the lake, and I'm napping, and I wake up in a literal cold sweat. And I turned to Wyatt, my boyfriend, and I was like, you're not going to believe what I did yesterday. It's like, I straight up put the padlock on the inside. So I texted my mentor teacher, and she was like, I'll handle it. She was like, I had cops there last year because I accidentally leaned against something. This is okay. So I still think it's a win that Jesus put me in a good enough place where they're just going to take care of me. But yeah, you're all welcome for that story. Padlocks go on the outside, everyone.
I love it, because if you know me, like that stuff just happened. Like, I don't know, it just happens. The girls this weekend got to see how much of a disaster I really am in real life. Like, I think people think I have a really, like, my life goes really well, and it's a disaster all the time. So, any final comments or words or anything you want to share with the group before we wrap up?
Do we want to talk about accountability partners?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Okay. So accountability partners, I posted them in the group. I'm hoping that my thing doesn't die on me. My phone doesn't die on me before I get there. Okay. I posted them So Brianna and Allie are together. Angie and Sarah are together. Amber and Tia, and then Jessica and Miranda. So this actually works like really well because we're all on here, which is freaking dope because you are here, which means you're working on your business and you're working on yourself. Thanks to my new word from Tia because she said dope, and it was in my head. And so accountability partners, the main thing we talked about is our expectation is that you will check in with each other once a day. That is like our base level expectation. So I don't care if that's at 8:00 at night, you just check in and say, hey, how was your day? I don't care if that's in the morning, you send each other a motivational quote. I don't give a crap what it looks like, but I think it's a good idea to check in once a day because that's the point of accountability. And from there, it is based on you and your partner. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to, plan a free group for what's the next month? July. Do you want to send each other your trackers every night? Do you want to, this is something I did to Angie all the time, and I've probably done to some of you guys. I know I have, right? She'd text me and be like, I have this thought. And I'd be like, post an Instagram TV about it. She'd be like, I want to do this. Okay, do this. Like, I would be like, I dare you to insert whatever. And so I think that those challenges and like kind of dares are really fun too, because it could be like, I dare you to make an Instagram TV today. I dare you to talk on your story about X, Y, and Z. But the expectation of you and your accountability partner is you will check in at least one time per day. And then, you are there to motivate each other, push each other. So I would be real and raw. And we literally drew these out of a hat. So like, I kid you not, you can ask them. We had 2 hats and we just picked names out. And so it was completely random, but I am in love with our group. Like our pairings, I think are just like perfect for people. And so I just hope that this will help us kind of meet new people, but also kind of step up our game and like get to grow together. So are there questions about accountability partners? Thanks for reminding me of that, Amber. So the easiest way is if you don't have their phone number, make sure you have them on Facebook and message them or whatever works best. But I would have a conversation tonight or tomorrow about like, what are your expectations of each other going forward and what do you need? So, okay. Otherwise, I want to thank you all for being here. This is literally the highlight of my week, every single week. So we're going to take a picture because I keep forgetting to take photos. My phone is going to die. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cutie pies. Oh, good. Okay. I'll post that on the Instagram. Okay. I love you all. I hope you have a great week. You all are my favorites and you're killing it. And I'm so proud of you, and have a great life. I will talk to you probably tonight still. I talk to so many of you. I annoy you all the time. So bye.